guys. The question of today is, are you living the life that you're destined to be living? And if you are, but if you're not, why not?
Dream, making it reality, hard as it may seem, moving to my destiny, 'cause I'm destined to be. Soon you will see, 'cause I'm destined to be.
No, baby, I haven't had a job in 4 years, so she's gonna have to provide some type of stability while I figure out what it is I wanna do.
Welcome, Don Fullilove.
Well, thank you for having me.
I am so glad that you're here with me.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
And I hear you don't do this very often as far as interviews.
I would consider this a special event.
And I'm glad that you consider such. We saw your work. That's one of your fantastic works, but I know there's many, many more. You have like a catalog of it, right?
Yes, it's been a long, storied career.
Well, that's what I like to hear. It gives out that hope.
Yeah. I've been doing this since I was 10 years old.
Wow,
Yeah,
10 years old.
10 years old.
So you knew that was the path that you was gonna
I absolutely
pursue?
did. I absolutely did. And it's weird now looking back on it, you know, being a kid, being that young and knowing that you really, well, back then I wanted to be a star.
Okay, well, you are a star.
I want to be a star. But anyway, I mean, I knew that show business was my destiny.
And what told you that?
I don't know.
A little whisper?
That little inside voice, God, being, whatever. Something said, this is what I'm going to be, and, you know, it worked out that way, so.
Don, I believe there is a whisper, and it comes within us as a young boy, as you're saying, and our job as a person, a spiritual person, is to hear the whisper, because the path is already made for us. We just have to walk on it. Do you believe that?
I certainly do, and I would venture to say that my whisper was like a roar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I knew what it was. I knew what it was from the start.
Okay, well, what was your first beginnings?
The very first thing I ever did, I always had these dreams and fantasies to be Michael Jackson, you know, when he was a little boy.
Right,
you know.
Sure.
And lo and behold, my mother was on a TV show called The Hollywood Squares. And I went there with her. She was a contestant.
Okay, now.
I went there with her.
Did she win any money?
I can't even remember what she won, you know? I really can't. I can't remember what she won. Okay. But before the show, you know, they got the squares and stuff. They got to light them up, you know, like you do here in the studio for the sound and all that kind of stuff. So this producer guy sees me in the audience with my grandmother. He says, hey, you want to sit in one of the squares while we do the tech stuff?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I'll sit in one of the squares. So they set me in Michael Landon Square.
Okay.
And you know Michael Landon, Little House on the Prairie,
I sure do.
all that
Watched
kind of
it all, yes.
Yeah. Started talking to me, blah, 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 blah. You know, gave some information to my grandmother, and the next thing you know, I was at an agent's office. The next thing you know, I'm Michael Jackson's voice on the Jackson 5 cartoon show.
Wow.
And that began the roller coaster ride.
Open that path, that gate to your destiny.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Sometimes people know your future before you know it. Well, you already knew it, but he helped.
Yeah.
He saw something within you that you were displaying, whether you knew you were showcasing it or not.
Right, I was just being me.
You were just being you.
Yeah.
And
it worked out.
And it worked out. And your mom supported it? Your mom was?
No, she was about it.
She was about it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Awesome, because I think that's very important to have a support unit behind you, especially as a young actor, a child's actor, you know?
Yeah, really, because it's a weird business. It's a business of ups and downs, and you know, a business of will I ever make it, or I'm going to make it, or I have made it. It's always different levels and mental processes that you go through.
So what level are you now?
Now I have been blessed enough to make a career out of show business. So under the title of job occupation, it's show business.
All right.
Which means that it entertains many facets of show business.
Okay.
It's ironic, it started out in voiceover and ran this huge gamut of on-camera things, and now it's wound up back to voiceover, which has proven to be, I guess...
your first love.
Go figure.
And that's awesome because, you know, most people, once they're an actor, they stay in that role, you know, but you have branched out. You were visual.
Well, it's still acting.
Mm-hmm. Right, it is, for sure.
Yeah, because basically what I do now involves a lot of improvisational skills, which is the essence of acting. To be able to be in it. I mean, there's various aspects. There's character-driven voice. There is voice that's creating a sound, if you will, for a film or something. Like you may hear a horror film or something, and you hear these weird sounds coming from these creatures or whatever. We as voice actors create those sounds.
Wow.
And naturally they're contoured with electronics and stuff like that. But it gives you the opportunity to really go to limits and expand whatever your creative talent tells you to, and there's like really no rules other than be good.
Okay, now, so knowing that, were you a child that basically, you know, played in his room and just made funny noise?
Funny noises, imaginary friends.
Alrighty,
you know,
now.
Bunch of little pets.
Okay.
You know, everybody was in my little circus.
Awesome. So, okay, you guys, if your child is displaying, to you it may be weird, but to him, it may be his career. So just nurture him or her. You know what I mean? If they're making funny sounds and imitating others. We, as a spirit, we display our talents early on in some kind of way.
In a natural way. Whatever that talent is, it naturally comes forth, whether it's something to do with sciences, entertainment, teaching, anything. You always see that in a kid, and it's an amazing thing. So you're right, nurture it, whatever it is.
You gotta be aware. You gotta be aware of what your kids show you, and don't take them off their path. They're destined to be on whatever path it is. Recognize it, embrace it, nurture it, support it, because without that, they're an incomplete spirit. Do you believe?
Absolutely.
So you're a whole spirit.
100%.
Because you're doing what you're destined to be doing.
Apparently I am.
And that's awesome. That's what my show is all about, living the life that you're destined to be living. Because there's no other. You know what I mean?
It is this one.
Yeah, okay now. And do you believe prosperity is in your passion?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
There's passion in my prosperity, and prosperity is in my passion.
Okay.
Trust.
All right.
There ain't nothing wrong with prosperity.
Not at all.
You know, I try and embrace it as often as possible.
And we all should.
Yeah.
We all should be living a life that we should be at the level where we're comfortable and not hating the things that we choose to wake up to do every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you got to wake up with a smile.
You have to. So what is an ADR?
ADR, that's called Automated Dialogue Replacement, and what that does is you'll go to a movie, and you'll see a movie, and you'll see, let's say Sam Jackson, and Sam Jackson is having a dialogue with somebody here, but it's a bunch of people all around. Well, they can't, while they're shooting the film, they can't make any noise because you got to be able to hear what Sam and this other actor are saying. So when the movie is finished, they send it to us, and we go to a studio, and all those people and things you see in the background, we give them life.
Wow.
So that's what I was saying earlier. Those were just basically extras on the set, and they're running their mouth. And we generally, most of the time, have no idea what they're saying. So we have to improvise and give them character lives.
Nice.
So every time, if you were to go to a movie and hear none of the sound design, nothing, just the actors talking, it would be the most boring experience you ever had in your life.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So that's why it is called Automated Dialogue Replacement. And sometimes, speaking in regard to Sam, let's say Sam's doing a film and he finishes the film and he's gone off to do another film, but there's some audio problems with his lines. But he can't come back because he's off somewhere else. They hire someone like me to imitate his voice for that little segment that may be messed up for the audio.
Wow.
Such is the life of a voice actor.
Yeah, but such a gift to imitate.
To be able to imitate.
The tone, the diction.
Everything.
And for it to pass as is the original.
Yeah.
That is great.
It's so many things. It's so many things in so many movies that people will be amazed that it's not even who they think it is.
Right. Well, I saw your list of credits, and it's a nice size one. You'd be amazed some of the voices that he had to replace. I am totally impressed, and I know you guys recognize him in some shape, form, or fashion. You know, because like his body at work is his voice. You probably heard on some of the movies that you were sitting in the theater and listening straight up to Don, Full of Love.
Yep. I do the announcer for the McDonald's too, so you may hear me on the radio doing McDonald's.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's a lot of different things you can do with the voice, you know.
Right. So there's no age limit in this.
No, there's no age limit. And there's no color.
Even better.
You know, I revoice white characters, Asian characters, Hispanic characters, obviously black characters. It has a lot to, you know, like we said, to be able to mimic a sound in order to do that. But yeah, it's the beautiful thing. You can be anything and everything at the same time.
Yeah, if you use it for the right reason. Okay, we're gonna take a pause and